Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah?
In the last episode, we have found the noble guy's daughter, or niece as we found out, and he had impregnated her because his wife didn't get him any children, and she was running
Sure.
away. Now we saved her and told her to go to the next big city to find a new place. Obviously, she's not going back to Defiance Bay because there's where her father, not father, her uncle, who impregnated her, will be. Now let's go and talk to him. He might attack us, but that's why we rested. So yeah, let's go. So yeah, my resolve is at 12, which means we probably have to... Okay. Can I, like, come in here with only... I would like to have a dare in front, you know? Is it possible? Yes, alright.
What are you doing up here? Unless... Have you news of my daughter? I've got to get her out of this wretched village.
I found Elise.
My daughter? Is she safe?
She's dead.
That can't be. She's... What happened?
Uh... Hmm. Well, you know exactly what I discovered.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I've heard enough already. Take this, and let's put this unpleasantness behind us.
I could ask him to get me more money, or I can kill him. I should kill him, because then he can't get after his daughter. That would save her. I think I'll do this, my thought exactly. You blow dispatches the old man more quickly than you'd like, but you're confident no one has heard you. You're also confident no one will ask too many questions when they find him dead. You've gained 1200 copper. Yeah. I just want to avoid the girl getting trouble in the future. So yeah, that's... Well, and he deserved it. Amulet of Summer Solstice. Sunbeam burn-proofed. Damage reduction against burn and sunbeam 3 per rest. I don't know if anyone needs this. Let me put that here first and then I'll check ADR clothing. Taxes collected. Only lost a bit to bandits, that's good. You might need this one. Let me give it to you, yeah, because you're the only one who is not... Grand Sunbeam. What is Sunbeam? Burn damage. Blinded for 15 seconds? Oh yeah, that's not bad. I like that. You can use that on someone.
Hey
Alright.
there.
Since we're done here, and no, I wanted to click here. Let's see if we have anything else left to do. Durans, endless paths, cliffs you saw in the vision, Pelagina and Twin Elms later, Brackenberry, that's something we need to do still. Learn of Grieving Mother's Past, I'll have to check if I can get her to tell me. Travel to Cleon Relac. Okay. What I want to do now is I would like to go back here, where Deerford Crossing. And yeah, there I would like to go into that ruin. And I also would like to afterwards, then we go to Brackenberry. And then to Cleon Relac. But for now, let me try to talk to her.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Your mind comes bearing questions while...
Let me see if I can get the right one here. I want to peer into your memories again. There's a feeling. Well, you feel the jagged marks of violence you passed before. This time the path is easier. There's no resistance, and you set about casually harnessing her memories, focusing on the one you seek. There's a slow rush, a warmth, and your thoughts enter as before, circling the memories shared when you first met. Maybe, once we travel a bit longer, she will give us more information, or we will see more info in her dream to be more easily pick the right choices. That's possible. Let's see. Suddenly you are calm. On a plateau almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath the clear sky, and beneath the plateau surrounding it, in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist. Although whether it's actual mist or distance or relocation recollection. Resting the curve of a natural arc above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention, as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. A great copper bell. Okay, so plateau, forest, great copper bell, and mist. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes, and the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts, like mist rolling softly into a sealed chamber, and the chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on the stone on the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like Agra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists and your hands are in motion, weaving not thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movement of Parath's wheel. Your hands are wet, your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's labored breathing crying out. Focus on the child and movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memories. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth. And coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again, almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you were viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists, and where once they echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sounds guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. The woman laughs with the ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demand of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is slave, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. The grieving mother stands silently before you. She seems unaware of what you've seen, or that you've entered her memories at all. I walked again in your dreams, thoughts, and I believe your memories. A mixture of curiosity and fear wells up between you. She raises her left hand, the chiming at her wrists quelling the rise within her. She's frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
I want to talk about the birth memory again, help you recall it. There's a silence, and as your breath falls still, you hear the faint cry of a child in the distance, a newborn child, almost exactly like what you heard in the dream. As you listen, the grieving mother raises both her hands, as if weaving, her wrists chiming as she does so, in a semblance of a gentle turning she provided while the newborn was crowning. To your surprise, you recognize the motions of the words from the memory, even as they are new to you. As she weaves her hands through the air in front of her, the child's cries grow still, yet the sound of the chimes weaves almost hypnotically into your thoughts. The sky seems sharp and clear, and you feel as if you are towering over your surroundings, as if kneeling atop a great pillar, just as she did in the memory. To your surprise, the grieving mother falls as if her stings were cut, and her knees crack hard against the ground. Her hands never cease moving in the air, the chimes echoing her movements. In a ragged voice you hear her speak. The voice is that of a much older woman than the one before you, harsh, almost desperate.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw. Where were you?
We were in the middle of a clear forest with a strong wind tearing through it. She leans back as if looking back at the sky, but her eyes are closed, the film building on them. With a slow intake of breath, you feel like becoming quiet around you. I do not feel the memory. I do not know if it's mine, but what? It's not? Okay, let's try it again.
Tell me what you
A
saw.
huge forest
Show me
stretching
what
up
you
beneath the
saw.
great rock.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell
Oh
me its
god,
color.
it was Silver Adra, for sure.
And what did these hands hold?
They held a mother while she gave birth painfully. God damn it was also not right. Let's try that again.
Tell me
Right,
what you
huge
saw.
forest,
The stone of the
Silver
plateau.
Adra,
And what did these hands
the
hold?
same chimes you hold now. It's also not right. Alright, let's try that again.
Tell me what you saw.
Huge forest,
The stone of the...
Silver Adra.
And what did these hands hold?
I'm not sure. There was a child you were bringing forth, and your hands, I don't recall. Yeah,
It was the
it's right.
birthing bell you saw. Has it been so long? Have I forgotten so much?
Finally, I got it right. With the words comes a river of impulses, thoughts as if loosed from a breaking dam. And as your mind wraps the impulses into words, you realize it is her muscles and her hardened thoughts relaxing and breathing again. There's such an intensity you almost want to step back from the flow, but you find the wave of impulses cause questions to float to the surface. Among them is a name, Watcher. What is the birthing bell?
It is a plateau formed of the spirit stone Audra. At its top is set a great bell, cradled in the reaching arm of the plateau. It stirs in the wind, and it sounds for leagues when struck by kith hands.
Okay.
In distant times, the great bell served as a Glanfathan watchtower, perhaps. Why they abandoned it, I do not know. Other men came in time, settlers, and claimed the tower as their own. I, in turn, claimed it from them. The pillar became a cradle where I could draw new souls into the world.
In your memory, were you helping a woman give birth?
Yes. Yet, I believe you only saw a small part of the birthing ritual. It is not all in a moment, nor in a day. It is a journey of many years between the child, the mother, and I.
There was much I could do to aid the mother. Some sought the physical comforts of ritual to steady their thoughts, even Adra from the bell. Others would seek advice, words of counsel for the days ahead. I was able to provide draughts, tinctures, and a reading of the child's spirit, all to strengthen the mother. Can you tell me of the birthing ritual?
The ritual was one of many steps. It took many tens of years to carve them, but always the child's thoughts were there to guide me from the moment it began to awaken, to the 3 seasons within the mother, to the birthing day, and the years to follow. The child's thoughts, that is where it began. The expectant mother, I could often sense her thoughts, and those of her child, before she could. I would soothe her, free her from the panic of questions. I would sound the memory of the birthing bell atop the plateau in her mind, letting the memory of the vibrations fill my thoughts and hers. Often, the child's soul could hear it too, so the sound of the bell echoed in the mother's thoughts.
You sensed the mother's thoughts? Sharing memories and thoughts can bond lives together, as can hardships, and most of all the sharing of what is familiar. The bell itself provided shelter for such thoughts, opportunities to see deep into the crevice, hollows in the rock where one could find shelter, clefts where you could feel the age all around you. As she speaks, you feel your legs bent, crossed, and the warmth of walls around you, and blankets woven thick beneath you. Such shared images can bond souls even tighter, and allow them to draw strength from each other. You mentioned the ritual lasted years. What would happen after the birth? Once the pain is channeled away and the mother and child breathe again, I sound the birthing bells on my wrists and allow the mother to hear the child's thoughts. That is what we hear when we click on her, the ringing echoing in each other's thoughts. The bells open the way between them. Let her feelings pass into the newborn and let her feel the child in return. And when the feelings meet, that is when I weave another memory and leave it tied in their minds. Did these bells play an important role in the birthing process? Yes, and for years after, I gave a set to the child after delivery. It is a reminder of the memory the mother and child shared. You feel an odd sensation of warmth, and you can feel a smile being shared, then it flickers and it is gone. As the bells coax the child forth, so they accompany the child onwards, fastened about the wrists to care for him in mind and body. There is no magic in it except the magic of practicality. If a child sought to leave their cradles or escape their cribs, the mother could know through the warning of the chimes alone. At times, if the bond was strong, so would I. The sensation of a smile comes again, slower, more knowing, between you. If not watched children, much trouble may be had from tiny hands. The chimes are kept until the child needs them no longer. When I no longer can hear them sounding in my mind, I know the spirit has changed, and the bonds we shared are long gone. The shedding may last many years, or but a few, but it is necessary. You watched over these children for years after their births? Children are fragile things. Even the ties of blood and mind may not be enough. They must be watched, and even then the body may fail the mind. But if watched, even the most sickly child may cling to life if determined enough, and many of their souls were tied to me. If a child's spirit failed, I could sound the chimes in their minds and grant them strength, even from afar. It did not always serve, but it gave hope. It sounds like you've seen tragedy too, enough to never wish to feel it again. In the times before the bell, children who died were cast upon the waters of the lake beyond the bell, sometimes while alive, if their paths and futures were deemed weak. It was a different time. Children were treated carelessly. Those times are past. Okay. I had other questions about the birthing bell. Ask what you will, I will provide what answers I can. Why would you give a telling of a child's spirit?
Many would come seeking their child's future, or a reading into the child's past, the lives its soul is said to have lived.
There's a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen, and there's a spike of fear, alarm.
Such things are not mine to see. I meant no offense.
Oddly enough, it feels like she's not speaking to you. It feels like she's speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into a dull fear. You feel the word "watcher" resounding in her minds. You're frightened, something about watchers. As the thought of watchers crosses your mind, you feel a sharp pain, stabbing, and the sudden burn of flashes across your back and shoulder, and then it is gone, and you feel the grieving mother before you, silent, almost fearful, wary.
I was something else, but because the title Watcher was cast on me, the word carried a weight I had neither earned nor deserved. The world seems filled with such titles. They distract, I think, from the actions of the person, from their strengths.
Why did you believe you were a watcher?
The world has many corners, and in some corners the name Watcher is more known. It is an easier title than others, and at times it is easier to wear. Placing a title upon what is unknown can dispel the fear of it, and I did not fight it. I even believed it true, though I knew little of the ways of Watchers. It even granted me strength. I was able to see the thoughts of others, shape them, and help guide souls. Watcher seemed enough, and the name seemed to matter little in the light of one's acts.
But if they came to you to read their child's souls, what did you tell them?
I drew upon the present. I felt the soul of the mother before me and used that to tell the child's path, to give it a voice. If only the thoughts of the mother and the emotions that lie beneath were mine to impart. I did, and so I used that as the telling of their child's future.
What if it turned out to be untrue?
Futures fulfilled by one's own spirit are as strong as anything seen by another's eyes. And if one draws from the emotion of the mother, it matters only when harm is done. And their lives I knew well. I could weave their lives, their thoughts over time, to the mother, to the child, and once the child had been born, was sheltered, I could relax the threads of thought until the child could stand on its own.
So you shaped their thoughts, made the readings true.
This is my calling, to show them the life I see before them, and even greater, make them believe it.
But that is not what a watcher does. We do not shape minds, we see them as they are.
Even the most strongly worded tells may not be enough to save a child and allow it to be born. If I have the strength to strip away the stem of a mother's spite to expose kindness, weave nurturing from disdain and neglect, then that is my calling. And with the weight of Watcher behind my thoughts, these tells gain strength. Strength I never possessed on my own. They believed. And what they believed became the truth. With each child that was set upon that path, the title of Watcher became stronger. You must understand, without such weight upon my words, many lives would have been lost, drowned, cast in the lake beyond the bell. Now the trail to the lake is lost and reclaimed by the forest, as was meant. A watcher was not there to look over us, but it was a watcher that saved them. And with a watcher's strength, children were born, were cared for, and grew strong.
I see. I mean, it is kind of control, but it is good for them, I guess. For most of them, it is actually good. I see.
What use is a frightened will when a spirit is at stake? Would you let the fears of a mother end her newborn's life? You felt it in the memory, the weight of it, the importance of the child's life. It was a memory we shared.
Did we share that memory, or did you inflict it on me? And suddenly there's a rasping cry across your consciousness. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes drape from them, yet they make no sound as she moves.
A greater good was done, and children were saved. It is a choice you may be forced to make one day, and when faced with it, you will make the same one.
When that happens, I'll be making my own choice.
This choice is not yours to make, Watcher. You will do as the world needs, as its children need. It is greater than you and your twist of sight.
Twist of sight. Shouldn't you, you know, trust in me doing the right choice? I'm doing the choice not that is necessary, but the choice that I believe is right. And you should trust in me to do the right choice. I want to discuss something different. Let your mind speak for you. I shall listen past the words. I heard the name Watcher in your thoughts when you remembered the birthing bell. Why?
It is because I once
Yeah, she
believed I
said that
was
already.
one, and others believed I was one.
Okay. There's another name for someone with your abilities. I see the word cipher in your mind and see its meaning. Although I did not train in such things, and the title feels more of a cloak the world casts on me and judges me for. It is curious how a title such as that can define one and at times be the source of such emotion that comes from no one. But the voices of others, it is a curse of the world. Do you know anything about Watchers? I feel that they were once marked, hated. Such hate feels dimmed now. I can feel it. Other hatreds have risen for other titles, but they burned bright in the past. Now hates have shifted focus, and they may fall out the same again, either you or me. That's all. Dream and memory. Learn of the grieving mother's past. Okay. She told me something, but maybe we have to travel a bit longer, and I want to go on with the quest, so let's do that first. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, they're all gone now, which is alright. We'll have to go out of here. to go to that ruin in that other place in Durfall Crossing. Alright, I'm giving you a heads up. Once we're done here, we'll go back to Defiance Bay to do that quest in about, well, you know, that nobleman who wants our place, who wants Kid Noir. And once we're done with that, we come back and go to the Cleaban Relic ruins. And then we see
Quiet!
what goes on forward. Oh, we're almost at the next level. Oh, I bet we'll be next level once we enter this, because we get experience points for finding this place. Let's go. Oh, I didn't get any experience points. Oh. Well, yeah, I didn't go out here because I did... Okay, well, interesting. In that case, that's all we had to do here. Well, it looks like we've been here before. That means we can actually leave now. Now we can go back to Defiance Bay, do that quest, and then we go to the ruins. I believe we still have the level up in this recording. Yeah, for sure. We still have a few minutes left. Let's go.
With the cat's nose, how is it you failed to notice your rotten stench?
What?
Failed to notice? Hardly. I put work into smelling this way.
What the fuck?
I should have expected.
I never know what sort of game is downwind. I need to smell like part of nature, not an interloper.
Oh wow. Alright, we need to return to court. Charred barrel in Brackenberry. Is that the charred barrel? Yes, let's go inside. Alright, where do we find him? Chancellor Warren. Where is Chancellor Warren? Ah, there he is, okay. Hello, Chancellor Warren. Lord Diego, what brings you to Brackenberry? You sent a missive. No, I didn't. I received a missive from you. Oh, that's bad. The Chancellor sets down his mug of ale and looks at you quizzically. As far as I know, nothing has changed regarding your rightful possession of Kid Noir. You realize that the charred barrel has gone quiet, and turn to see the last of the patrons quickly disappearing through the front door. A moment later, a group of armed men and women stride into the tavern. Oh dear. Chancellor quickly ducks behind the table. We're not in the correct... My tanks are on the other end. With the woman leading the armed group lowers her call with one hand while keeping the other on a pistol tucked into her belt. You immediately recognize Gathbin's captain. Now that the sheep have been herded from the pen, you and I can conduct our business, unfortunately, or unfortunate as it may be. I remember you. You were with Lord Gathbin at the palace. And I you, she grins. I'll admit you seem quite interesting in last duty calls. What do you want? Oh, I think you know, Lord Gathbin has ordered your death. She forces a frown. A shame, really. I admire your exploits, even if only half of them are true. Sadly, I have my orders. Gathbin will lose. You should work for me. The man is swine, albeit noble, wealthy swine. Her lips curls in faint disgust. Were I to do it again, I doubt I'd have taken it with him. But what's done is done, and Lord Gathbin is as ruthless as he is arrogant. He goes to great lengths to avenge a betrayal. What could you offer to make me consider such a risk? Well, a simple bribe. Walk away and pretend this conversation never happened? I don't know if she's going for that. Simple bribe, maybe? A generous sum. It'll be put to good use. I can't promise I won't kill you next time we meet, but for now, we can both walk away. Know this, the day will soon come when you must face Gathbin. I've lived this long by knowing which side to be on. Prove yourself on the battlefield, and who knows, until we meet again, Diego. Maybe at one point she will be our ally. We'll see. Well, that was unexpected. Warren emerges from beneath his table and smooths the rumpled sleeves of his robe. It does make the strange reports I've received from the grasp make more sense in context, however. What haven't you told me? Earl Badamar decided to keep an eye on Lord Gathbin's activities. Catherine has been hiring a lot of men recently, but for what purpose we can't say. I'd advise you to take extra precautions at Cape Noir. He may be attempting to place spies or saboteurs within your walls. Be wary, Jago. I don't think you've seen Lord Catherine's endgame yet. He swallows the rest of his ale and gives you a curt nod before heading for the door. Return to Cape Noir. Yep, we have to build an army now. And we have the level up. Let's do that still in this episode before I go on. We are now level 9. And I will have to check what I have to go for. Well, for here, definitely mechanics. We need mechanics. Pillars of Eternity, level 9. Ah, Stalker's Link. Finally we get to Stalker's Link. Perfect. That means I can use Stalker's Link because we get a 20% link damage bonus for my Arctos, for my bear, of course. So this is a friendly aura. We need someone to wear it. It's probably good for you because you are always in the party. Intellect and Resolve. Is anyone in need of Intellect and Resolve? I don't know. Defiance of Concentration. Yeah, you can have it. Alright, now everyone apart from Durance should have that effect, which means +1 stealth. And what else did the Lilith Shawl give? Perception. Okay. It's the perception +3 which only gives him perception, I guess, right? Or is it also for aura? Because his perception is... yeah, he gets it himself. The rest of us, they don't get it, but it's okay. I'll be fine with that. I can give something else which has perception then. But I needed the Stalker's Link. Alright, we go back to Cape Noir. And then afterwards we can head on to Liaban Relax. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.